My brother, it is so good to see you again.
Good to see you, pal.
I got to tell you a funny story, and I've never
Please.
told you this. When I mentioned that I was talking to you today, we get asked, my business partner and I, John Stenval, we get asked, what's your favorite Vince Vaughn story? And bro, I have to share this with you.
Sure.
John and I were sitting at the bar. We were the only ones at the Four Seasons. We had interviewed you earlier in the day. You walked by, we turned around to look. You stopped, you looked at us, and you said, "Gentlemen, now this is what I want to see."
Enjoying your time. You got to enjoy your time, right?
Dude, it was just perfect, man. And I swear, we've told that story so many times. Like, they're like, "How is he?" I'm like, "He's great. He's a brother."
That's
How
hilarious.
did you keep this straight in your head? You've got the same character, two versions. By the way, I love this movie and watched it with my mom, who absolutely was laughing the entire time. How did you keep it together in your head?
That's awesome. Yeah, it's such fun to be a part of an original movie and something that's fresh. And it was pretty easy once you realize that if I'm in the suit, I'm present Nick, and the turtleneck, I'm future Nick. So uh, it was an interesting perspective. What if you had 6 months in between making choices that weren't your best choices, and you could go back and try to right those wrongs, and especially with a real romantic relationship and a close friendship. So it was fun. I always like doing stuff a little bit different. This was definitely that. You got to do action. There was comedy and definitely some heartfelt stuff at the center of those relationships.
I have to ask about one of your castmates. It's not James Marsden. It's Kingpin the Cat. And I stayed for the credits, and there's two. I just became a cat person, is why I'm asking this. There's two cats that are in the credits. What was it like to work with the Wasn't it P.T. Barnum that said, "Don't work with animals and children"?
Right? Was it W.C. Fields? I think that's right.
Yeah.
The cat was fine. I think Asa was allergic to the cat, which we didn't know, so that had some challenges. But yeah, the cat was a professional, real
That
professional. Both those kitties were absolute class acts.
Well, they nailed your director told me about how they actually submitted videos, that cats actually submit videos like actors and actresses do. He goes, "I had to watch this." I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" He goes, "Yeah, dude." He goes, That was new to me for this movie." All right, Vince, if you could time travel, would you
Yes.
go forwards? Would you, number one? And number two, if the answer is yes, I think it is. Would you go forward or backwards in time? And where
I,
would you
I
go?
honestly wouldn't time travel. I'd be afraid I'd mess it up worse. And also, I think sometimes you got to go through experiences to get to where you're at. Like you never like making mistakes or having things happen that you don't like. But afterwards, if enough time passes, I think you're always wouldn't change it because it kind of shapes you, right? So I hate to give a boring answer, but that's the honest answer.
Back to the Future scared you, it seems like, when Doc said,
No, I
"Watch
liked it
it,
because
buddy,
someone else,
watch."
someone else, someone else was out on the limb. I was cool with that.
There is a lot of fighting. You mentioned this, a lot of action. Uh, Tell me about the getting ready for that. Did anybody get hurt? There's got to be a story there somewhere.
No one really got hurt. David had a real particular tone he wanted, and I've done action before,
Yeah.
obviously, and did a lot of stuff younger, so I was comfortable with it. But it was just the technology. You're kind of fighting yourself, two guys from different times. So there was a great stunt crew that was involved that were really great. We did some of the action ourselves, and then some of it with these guys who were terrific, and it was fun to see put together as a fan, and seeing what Ben David did with the tone was fun.
It's always fun to see you in a movie like this. This did not disappoint, brother. I've been looking forward to talking with you all day long. I'm so happy I got to tell you that
Great to see
story.
you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Great to
Lots
see you,
of love
Vince.
to you.
Thank you, brother. See you next
See you
time.
down the road.